Yes, so I think we are good to start. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see so many participants for this webinar. This is a very special webinar, and we are focusing on interview excellence. We know each learner that has joined the Tally course or the Tally wants to be Tally certified is here to gain success, upgrade their skills, and this should be helping them in their career further. So, without any delay, I would like to introduce our speaker today. We have Mr. P.N. Murthy. He is the Deputy General Manager with Tally Education Private Limited, Bangalore. He manages both placements as well as industry collaborations at Tally Education. So, welcoming you, Murthy sir. The stage is yours. Please, I mean, virtually, I'm hoping everybody is applauding for you. Welcome, Murthy sir.
Thank you very much, Divya. Thank you and good afternoon, everybody. Just a minute. I want to, Divya, just confirm my screen is visible or not.
Not yet.
1 second. Now, please confirm screen
Not
is visible.
yet for me. Not yet for me. No, your screen is still not visible. Yes, we are also getting responses that it's not visible. Yes, now it is visible.
Tell me. Visible?
Yes, yes.
So, I'll not take much time to start this event, but before I start, I would like to thank each and everyone who are participating, taking their valuable time, and especially our authorized centers. I would like to thank our partners and the staff of the centers, making arranging the students to come. After a long time, I'm coming and meeting all these students. So it is a very unique session today. We are going to learn a lot of things about interview because it's a common practice we see in interviews. Everyone has got a lot of what you call the obstructions and fear, inferiority complex, a lot of things we have. So all this today in this session, we will make it more comfortable, more easy way, and certain formulas we'll derive how to excel in the interview excellence. So once again, I would welcome everyone for this excellent session that is interview excellence gateway of your career success. In the ever evolving landscape of career advancement, mastering the art of impressive interviews is a pivot skill that can open countless doors for opportunity. Whether a seasoned professional or you are just a recent graduate, but however your career journey makes excel in interviews essential. What extent you are being qualified, you are being an MBA, you are being a graduate or anything, at the end of the day when you are facing interview you have to excel. Doesn't matter what skill you have, unless you don't present properly, it is highly difficult to achieve the job role what you are looking at, your dream job. The interviews serves as a gateway through the which individuals showcase their qualifications, skills, potential to prospective employers. You need to remember that, number one. They provide a platform for candidates to make lasting impression, demonstrating not only their expertise, also their personality, professionalism, and cultural fit within the organization. That is the whole objective of the interview. If you think this, then accordingly we can prepare for the interviews. In today's session, we'll explore deep into the distinctions of interview excellence, exploring strategies, techniques, and best practices to help you navigate the interview process with confidence and fineness. From pre-interview preparation to post-interview follow-up, we will cover every aspect of the journey, equipping you with the tools and insights needed to stand out in the today's competitive job market. Whether you are aiming for a prestigious executive position, transitioning to new industry, or landing your dream job, this webinar offers invaluable guidance to evaluate your interview skills, advance your career. So sit back, relax, and prepare embark on your journey towards interview excellence. Your career success awaits. We are here to help you seize every opportunity that comes your way. Let's dive in. So before I start my actual webinar, I have few questions to all of you. I would request to answer in the chat box or in a comment box in YouTube or streaming. It is streaming on YouTube also. So there are basic questions which are very I want to start with because I want to set the mindset of you all. How do you usually prepare for an interview? There are questions, answers are multiple answers are there, researching the company, practicing common interview questions, reviewing my resume and experience, all the above. If any of these four answers, if you feel one, say just 1A or 1B or 1C, 1D in your chat box or in your comment box in the YouTube. And my next question follows. How do you find most challenging about interviews? There will be answering, challenging is answering technical questions, talking about my strengths and weakness, making a good impression, first impression, asking the interview questions. If your answer is C, you can say C, 2C. If your answer is B, 2B. If your answer is A, 2A. Or if your answer is D, 2D, you can answer in the chat box. So Divya,
So
can
we
you see this?
have
Yes.
answers. Yes, sir. We have answers and multiple answers. So for first, there are A and D. Most of are saying B, which is all of the above. For first, and
Great,
even in
great.
YouTube, everybody is saying D for first
Hmm.
answer. For
Hmm.
second, people are saying Gemina is saying to C, to B,
Hmm.
Nitin and Virasar.
Hmm.
Raj is also saying to B. So for
Hmm.
first, maximum are answering for D. For second question, most of them are answering for B and C as
Hmm.
well. So it's a tie in
Great,
B
great,
and C
great,
for
great.
second.
So you will evaluate yourself at the end of my session. What are your correct answers? I don't want to reveal your answers. You can judge your answers. Please reserve your answers for a hold, and definitely I'll take back these answers end of the session also. Please hold. Then now we'll start the questions of first we need to understand the importance of interview. What is the importance of interview? Why these interviews are being conducted? So I'm not going to teach you the basics of and all that. First, we need to understand the importance of interview. So the key points, if you look at in the interview, the employer who is going to hire you, he has got certain parameters to understand your qualification, your skill set, your cultural fitment, etc., etc. So this is the first you need to understand the importance of thing. When you are studying in academics, like your graduation, your thing, you have been done lot of research, which course I should take it. I want to go in commerce stream, I want to go in science, I want to go in arts. So a lot of research you have done, and then you have taken those courses. Right. Now comes to your interview. Any kind of interview. It can be senior level, junior level, or entry level. Interview, you need to understand the importance. First is the first impression matters in key points if you look at. And the second thing is how you showcase your skills and experience, company cultural fitment. And there will be definitely expectations from either side, from employer side, from the candidate side also. And also there will be building relationships and evaluating your communication skills, decision making process. There are a lot of things will be there in your importance of interviews. So let's see what first they do it in the interview. The first, as a saying that assessment, how do they assist? Evaluating your skills right from the qualification and fit for the role. Suppose he has mentioned, I need a person who can operate accounts at entry level. So he has to take the job, accounts receivable and payable. He should validate the receivable receipts, what he is getting, and he has to update in the Tally software, for example. Is he having that skill? So employer wants to know that. So that way the assessment will be done. So this helps the employer identify suitable candidates. Number one. Number two is we will see the verification. Verification involves here the candidate credentials, his experience and qualification are legitimate or not. He will verify it whether you are having the a genuine qualification or a genuine skill set. Are you being certified? Are you being learned the skill set from the reputed institutions? Everything he will evaluate. The third one is the interaction. Interaction is very important. Always you remember in interview, don't confine to one-way interaction. I've seen so many people, candidates, they just become a statue, only they have to listen. It is a wrong process. I would say that you have to be two-way communication. You have equal opportunity to communicate. Please understand you are going to sell your skill set in front of the employer. So you have to become a salesperson to sell your qualification, your skill set, your intellectual, everything you have to sell in front of the employer. So always be two-way interactive session. It cannot be only employer should speak, you should not listen. It's a wrong procedure. So here it helps both the parties mutual compatibility and build rapport. So when you start interacting it, you can ask any questions. Maybe it may be a simple question, or it can be anything irrelevant also, but start beginning asking the questions, then you'll start developing an interactive mode. And slowly you will start refining yourself over experience. And the final one is the decision making. A decision making is a process to the candidate based on the assessment and verification. Pros and cons of each candidate will be informed. Suppose now out of 10 questions, you cannot answer 7. That becomes your somewhere you are lacking it. Out of in vice versa, out of 10 you have answered 7. You will feel more confident and you will start be very confidently proceeding to further steps also. So you need to be very clear. So I would say this is the 4 elements of importance of interviews. If you understand these 4 key components, that is assessments, verification, interaction, decision making, can greatly enhance your approach to interviews. By preparing for these aspects, you can improve your chances of making positive impression and securing the job. And I'm sure, Shad, if you are very clear the purpose of interview, what it is for, basic things, then you are very sure shot to excel in the interview. I have 2 more questions before I go to the next chapter. Which interview format you feel most comfortable with? Maybe some of you have attended phased interviews. Whoever phased interviews, you can put it yes. Third question, you can also say yes answers or this answers. You feel comfortable, who are experienced, again I repeat, who have already experienced interview, who are about to face interviews also, they can see the formats. So here the comfortable is that in-person interviews, we have phone interview, video interviews, group interviews. I'll cover in detail in the coming chapters. So before that, I would like to ask this question. So please answer. If your answer is A, 3A. If your answer is B, 3B. If your answer is C, 3C. If your answer is D, 3D, you can answer in chat box or in YouTube. You can answer in the comment section. My next question comes the confidence. How confident you feel going to interviews? So first and foremost, for interviews or any kind of act, you should be confident about yourself. So yeah, the 4 options I have given here, very confident, somewhat confident, neutral, not confident. If your answer is A, 4A. If your answer is B, 4B. If your answer is C, 4C. If your answer is D, 4D. Please answer in chat box. Under YouTube comment section, you can write it. Now let's explore the types of interviews. Now types of interviews, we have types of interviews. Just before that, I've shown also which interview are confident. These types of interview will explore different types of interview formats. That is includes different types which we are going to deal now. and let's see individual understand, better prepare according to the type of interview. The first interview we'll see a behavioral interviews. A behavioral interview focus on how you handle specific situations in your past. See, if you are a fresher, what is the behavioral interview will answer it. So definitely they will ask you about academic, how you have excelled your project, how you have excelled in your examinations, how did you got 80%, how did you got first division class. This will be your past change. How did you got in accounts this many marks? So behavioral questions is your past, there maybe you want to evaluate. So any employer understands your past behavior to future behavior. Please understand. He will predict, oh, this person in the past, he was doing a great job. He was doing an excellent job. So here also he can excel. That is the conclusion they will come. So you need to understand the behavioral interview. By and large, this behavioral interview will be conducted by HR people. Then comes your technical interview. The technical interview, by large, it will be conducted for the what you called technical jobs related IT, and also for accounting jobs who are using Tally. Today, every accounting job has been computerized. By and large, every company uses 90% Tally. So definitely they will conduct technical rounds on the Tally also. So you should be thoroughly prepared for those kind of technical round of interviews. Tally, since I'm confining to Tally because you all are Tally students, I would otherwise have given a lot of various technologies. So wherever the technology you are master in that, you should be confident and thorough in the technical things to face the technical interview rounds also, so that it will be easy for them to evaluate you in those rounds. So for example, when I come to behavioral interviews, that is thing, I will cover a lot of examples to you. You'll understand what exactly we are into that. Then comes to the next level is situational interviews. The situational interviews, it is a hypothetical scenarios to understand your problem solving skills and decision making skills. How you are good in problem solving skills and decision making, especially in the field of accounts domain. This is plays a vital role for any accounts executive or accounts person who's dealing accounts, is because it is a very sensitive area. You should be very, very strong in problem solving and decision making also. So this is very important. They ask so many related questions, how you are confident to handle this problem solving. So they will ask some situational, they will create some scenarios, they will ask what is the solution for this. I will cover those things also in coming sessions. And next comes the group interviews. These group interviews, by and large, in the large companies, they will conduct it for multiple candidates at a time, simultaneously giving one common topic to discuss, and they see how a person is more active, proactively discussing. It's basically to evaluate your effective communication skills and spontaneous decision making skills. For this, they use this interview process. Then comes next is the your panel discussions. The panel discussions, again, what happens is you will be seeing the one in 4 or 5 people interviewing the questions, where you have to answer to them simultaneously to the 4 or 5 people, maintaining the balance of these interviewers. They will shoot out the questions, bombarding the questions to you one after other. So one person will ask questions HR related, one person will ask domain specific related, another person asks the functional related questions. So there will be different types of persons. They want to see how simultaneously you are responding. They would like to see that. So, and comprehensive evaluation, they take up on this. So you have to be, so for the accounting role, for the fresher roles, this is not applicable. That's the reason I'm not going in deep. But however, today the common practice is happening for entry level jobs or any kind of jobs, phone and video interviews today, because the technology is so advanced it, and they want to cost cutting wise, and they not want to waste your time and their time and the cost also. So maximum first round of interviews are being conducted by phone or video. So this is by and large to filtering the candidates. So now I have one position where I got 12, 15 applications. If I call, I'll waste entire one day. So if I have a telephonic, I can save my time, my cost, expenses, and everything. So initially, this is meant for screening it. So you need to understand the types of interviews. Understanding the types of interviews help you tailor your preparation approach each format by aware what expect you can confidently make the interview scenario. I will explain you now. See here, what happens is first and foremost, when you get a call from any company, first and foremost, you should ask what type of interview. Accordingly, you have to prepare. It's not that blindly prepare as a standard format for all the interviews. Say, for example, I'll start from the last. If it is a telephonic interview, it is a clear cut. You are being going to filter. It is not going to shortlist immediately. It's not a one round of interview. You should understand after telephonic, they will have two more rounds of interviews. It will be, you should think it. Because any telephonic interview, the decision maker will not make, some HR person will be doing, just want to filter your CV based on the company criteria of the job role, what skills you are mapping to the role, and how is your communication, how is your qualification is fitting to that. So accordingly, if you prepare, definitely you will excel in the format. That you need to understand. When it comes to behavioral interviews, I will deep dive into that. I will reserve myself in that. Technical interviews, if they say that Mr. XYZ, you have a technical round of interview, so be ready for that. Technical interview means purely you have to focus more what technical knowledge or skill you possess, that you should be thoroughly rehearsing or practicing it. And they may ask any kind of question, mostly practical scenarios. They don't ask you the basic concepts. You need to understand how you solve the scenarios they want it. So you need to be understand. No one will ask a plus b whole square how much. You need to apply that formula and give the solution. That is where you have to prepare according to the types of interview. So my request, all of you, when you get a call, find out the type of interview, who is going to interview. Is it a decision maker or the HR person? Accordingly, you have to make yourself preparation. So understanding how we can prepare for the interview. So we need to be very clear how I have to prepare for interviews. Understanding the interview process. Now I understood the uh, type of interview. Now I should prepare myself for the interview process. See, so many stages I'm covering here. Understanding the interview process, I divided into 3 stages. The first one is the pre-interview preparation. What could be the pre-interview preparation? So I've seen 99% of freshers, I've seen and experienced it, they take it very casual. They take it a granted. Since I had a skill, I have a certification, I have undergone the course. Why I should prepare? Let me go. Because choice is not much is there, so they will go unprepared. So thereby, again they get a reverse back, rejected. Like this, they repeat it, but they don't understand. So you should be prepared thoroughly and take it as easy, because your understand after completion of your 15 years, 16 years of education, now directly when you are entering into the job market, there are totally disconnect of your academy and industry. What you have done in academic, that is different. Here it is total practicality. So you're always the in universities what you have graduated, it has acknowledged your knowledge. That knowledge you have to put into practice here. When you want to put it in a practice, You have to be very, very practical oriented and very systematic way you have to do the things. So that is the reason in pre-interview preparation, whatever the job interview call, you got it. First and foremost, you have to research the company. You should find the company, what type of a company, what kind of products they do, what is the turnover, what is the company culture. There are a lot of things you have to think on that. That is the pre-interview process, and accordingly you have to customize your CV also. Don't have a stereophonic, a standard format of CV. It is a wrong process. You have to prepare your resume according to the job role. If a job role is insisting in accounts only, taxation part, you have to highlight in your job role your skill is you are very competent in GST compliances. If a job role is insisting on the payroll, so you should insist more on the payroll key skill. If a job role is insisting on inventory management, so you insist highlight your skills in the inventory management, then GST compliances. Then it will be eye-catching to the person who is matching to my skill set. So don't have the standard format of your CV. So this is what pre-interview preparation you always have to very clearly. So when you are doing a research of a company, it is a mandate for you to see detailing, thorough research on the JD. JD means job description. You have to be very clear what is the JD job description. If the company is not revealed thoroughly, try to contact them, get the details. At the same time, immediately you have to prepare for the common interview questions are expected from your CV, from your skill set, apart from anything. See, opposite interview person asks the questions about you based on your CV only, because CV is in front of you, him. He will ask the questions what you put it in the CV. Often I have experienced the candidates, they don't know what they have written the objective. Sir, the objective I copied from internet over, sir. Why are you asking that? It is a common, no, they will say. It is a wrong. Every sentence what you put on CV, you need to justify. You should be giving the validation and justification to that what you have written. So does not matter if you don't have, don't put that. As much as you compress your CV and be thorough that here people should not review your CV. You should be, it is a brochure for your presenting or selling your skill set. It's a brochure in front of the employer. So you should be impressive your CV, and the same time the beautiful way you need to present your CV also. So that you should be thorough in pre-interview preparations. So next is the comes is during the interview. But during the interview is very crucial for us. See, pre-interview prepare or not, that makes any sense because already you have formats and everything. It is some extent you can ignore or you can just overlook all that. But during the interview, it is very crucial because now you are entering into the war field. I would say that war field means you are getting into the war field ground during the interview. You should be very, very careful here because, like you, hundreds of candidates are going to come to the same company for facing the interview. When you and the company, you don't know how it is. Everything is strange. So you don't know them, they don't know you. So you should be very clear. So the first and important is your first impression. As I told you, for the first impression, you have to be very clear. That is, you should be clear with your dress. You should dress appropriately. See, some companies may be relaxing with the casuals also. That is the reason before you talk to the company, when you ask type of company, there's nothing harm. You can ask, is there any dress code culture? But I would suggest, by and large, be formals, any job that is shows how you are disciplined. See, some companies, some roles, they may accept you as a casual, but as for the accounting roles, as for the what you call accounting jobs, I would suggest you all to be very formal dresses. That gives you the opposite person. You are so disciplined, you are a very professional guy. And most important thing, during the interview is that 87, I would say 80%. The judgment will be done not by your qualification, not by your communication, or not by your skill or anything else. Your body language. Keep in your mind that your body language plays a vital role. The first 5 minutes that employer decides you how you best to fit the role with your body language. If your body language is not matching, your body language is not matching to the role or everything. In the 5 minutes, he will just discard you. Thank you very much. You will get a call. You will say that. So it is very critical. That is what I said is a war room. It is very critical for you to impress the first 5 minutes to the employer is very, very important. So first is your uh, dress. That is a appropriate dress. That's what I would call it is a dress for success. I name as a dress for success. Always you have to dress for the success, not just having at home whatever the dress I'm wearing a t-shirt. This is a jazzy t-shirt I'm going. It's not fair. So, like in a war room, I said, when a person, if you see who are participating in war, they go with a uniform. Army goes in a uniform. Similarly, you are think that you are going in a war room, go with a uniform. It can, I would suggest, it's in a formal dress. Your verbal communication, non-verbal communication plays a vital role with your body language. This is what you need to impress the opposite person. The first 5 minutes is a very crucial for the a candidate to impress the employer. Your dress, your body language is very important. And the third and most important is your active listening. What is active listening? Active listening is hearing and listening is that's what I said. You should responding to the person what is asking with your eyes. You can smile with a smile, responding, okay, thank you. Something you have to respond to is sentences, what is talking it. Then he will be very impressed. Oh, this person is active listener and is very attentive. He is very keen interested in this role. You should show that anxiety, excitement of the role. You are very much passionate to the role. That is very important to the opposite person. If you are not interested, this fellow is useless. He is not having that kind of passion towards the work. He will reject you, though you have the skill set. So always remember, you should be active listener also. Then comes the other part. Most of people keep this post-interview follow-up. Interview is over. Now they will think my job is done. If their call is okay, it is their luck. If they're not calling, their bad luck. They think it's not correct. As a professional guy, after the interview is completed, and during the interview, again I repeated, you must should ask the questions. Prepare some questions from your side. That's what I said in the interview questions. You should have interaction, two-way. So please ask questions interviewer also. So there are certain common questions. There is a what will be my career in this company after 5 years. So after 5, I'm saying that you maybe not working 5 years, but you are establishing that you are a stable person. You want to work in this company longer period. That's the reason you are very much interested. Career opportunities so many long time. So that is what you have to be very clear that some questions you need to ask during the interviewer also. You can ask the company culture, what is the company culture, any kind of a positive things, not negative about the company. And during the interview, most important thing is first you know who is the interviewer, his name, designation. That is very important. Most of them they don't ask. Don't feel shy. Don't feel what you call the fear to ask. Sir, may I know your designation? May I know your thing? So you know me, but I also should know equally. You can ask them. That is very important. Greet them appropriately, and after the interview, thank them. And if any that during the interview time only, take their email ID. Sir, I need your email ID for future correspondence. You take in that way. And the post interview, what you can do is send a mail thanking the person, express the gratitude for spending his valuable time and evaluating your skills and all that. You need to do it in 24 hours. This thanking a mail to the concerned person that gives very positive impression about your candidature to the interviewer. However, you may select me not as a secondary, but you have to be very positive because this will keep in the mind of that interviewer. Any next opportunity comes, he will remember you. Oh, this person is very excellent. See, interview, don't assume that every interview you face it, it will one shot you will get the opportunity. It cannot. So always remember, you have to make n number of attempts. Then only you will succeed it. Any person. So you have to be very clear on that. In the post interview also, you should reflect on the interview, assess your performance, you come back. What went wrong? What went right? Where I went wrong? All these times you should evaluate yourself so that it will prepare a better to the next interview also. Self-assessment is very, very important post-interview for you. And also next steps you need to follow. If you haven't heard anything from the expected time frame from the interview, followed it, reach out to them either phone or anything. If they're not said that your decision on your interview, you can ask always the status. May I know what is the status of my interview? It's always best you can ask. Nothing harm in that. So because there are certain interviews, the decision making will be delayed due to the decision maker is not available. And so you don't assume yourself you're not selected because you don't get the communication. That way is wrong. Unless you get clear cut communication from that, yes, you are being not selected for these reasons. So when they said that they're not selected, certainly you have to take the feedback on what basis can I improvise myself. Can you tell me what is that I'm lacking it? So that will help you in the next interview much better things. So this will be great what you call mechanism. The post interview follow you have to follow thoroughly. By covering the topics, this type of three stages, if you do it very effectively, I would see that your success will be much higher than what you are there today. So always remember three when you are doing it, these things. Now comes two more questions I have for you. The fifth question, how do you think is the most common mistake candidates make in interviews? I told you before this. So first is not researching the company, talking too much or too little, not asking questions, poor body language. Now I think you know what is the answer because I covered this. That's the reason deliberately I put these common mistakes. If your answer is A, 5A. If your answer is B, 5B. If your answer is C, 5C. Or for D is 5D. Please put it in your chat box or in YouTube, put in the comment section. And body language. As I told you, this also I covered just now. Aware of your body language during an interview. Very aware, somewhat aware, neutral, not aware. People, be somewhat I see more the majority and more than less than 50% neutral, 20% not aware of that. They're very, very casual. So that is the reason you have to be very, very careful in your body language because body language decides your candidature. The first impression, you need to remember that. How you are confident in your skill set, your qualification, it all decides your body language. So please understand this. So reserve your answers. So now we'll start deep dive into behavioral interview questions. How do we prepare for behavioral interview questions? So this is very common practice because every interview, every job role, this behavioral questions pop ups in one other way, directly, indirectly also. We need to understand how meticulously, how structured way we can answer these behavioral questions. Today, 90% of the candidates are being not thoroughly practiced it. They have the solution, they have the answers, but they don't put in a structured form. They say in a very uninteresting manner, or they may say very round and round repeatedly, the same words, sentences repeatedly, which will be getting bored by the interviewer also. So you always remember that you have to be very careful when you are answering interview questions. You have to be very concise and very crisp to the point, as well as you have to be very practical scenarios you have to present to the interviewer. Don't give any imaginations, assumptions, examples always. Now, how do we start this behavioral questions? You may heard about STAR method. STAR method stands situation, task, action, and result. Reflects your past experience, showcase skills, practice articulating your stories clearly. Interviews, again, I want to tell you is that you should be very good articulating your skills into stories. You should be good storyteller. You have to be very good storyteller. Then your success rate will be much higher. Take a small scenario, but you have to articulate in a very excellent way that how you have excelled in the that situation is important. So storytelling is very, very important in the interviews. That too very genuine and very authentic. So let's see what is there in STAR model. So please remember, if you are grasping this STAR model, 101% I will challenge you, you will excel your interviews with very ease and very comfortably and with greater confidence, I would say that. Please adopt the STAR model. Again, I repeat it. The STAR model is nothing but S stands for situation, T stands for task, A stands for action, result. So situation is nothing but describes the context or background of the event. Task explains responsibility or challenge faced. Action details the steps taken to address of the task. Shares the results, it shares the outcome of the action. Most of the employees are not seeing the situation and task. They are very keen that what action you have taken and what is the output of that. They will ask you, how did you overcome of these challenges? So the challenges may be some XYZ, but they will see what actions you have taken and what is the result. This is very, very important in interviews. Always remember one thing is here. The STAR model is the structured framework for answering behavioral interview questions using specific examples of your past experience. The past experience doesn't mean that only your past role. It can be your academics also. It can be in your sports also. Anything. It's a past experience. So always apply this formula STAR model and easily you can answer very confidently, which is if you're not known the answer, also put it into 4 buckets and see the answer. Always remember, when you are answering in the STAR mode behavioral questions are the answers, your employer is entering your skills, not general way. So you need to understand that I can't say I played in the team, we team as I won the match. In the team there, but what is your contribution? You can see your cricket team, football team, any team. Sir, in the cricket team I played, I made 56 runs in 7 or 30 balls that way. That is your contribution. So here I is important than we. Don't never say we. Always talk in interviews only I. Remember that point number 1. During the interviews, whenever you are citing the examples, always cite examples about you only personally, not about the generic way. We did it, we have done it. It is a wrong thing. So employer think your role is zero in that. So always remember. Understood? So now comes here. I will give you 2 questions to you. So please put it in these situations for you. You can take the screenshot now. Describe a situation where you had handled complex accounting tasks using Tally software. How did you approach the task and what features of Tally did you utilize to complete efficiently? So here you put this into situation, task, and what actions you have taken. Then result, what is the result? And the second question comes, describe situation where you had work under pressure to meet tight deadline. How did you prioritize tasks, ensure timely completion? Same thing, put it in your situation, task, and action and result. So I will start now a few examples on this so that it will be easy. I'll make your life more easy. But again, I will request you take it very seriously. This that's the reason whole exercise I'm focusing more on the STAR method today's session to make you more competent and comfortable, successful in interviews. That is my whole objective today's webinar for all of you. Let's see one of the example. So this question is commonly asked any interview. What are your strengths and weakness? So how we answer it? We put it in a jumbled way. We'll say that this, that. So I will structure into in this structure STAR method. First, I'm talking the strengths. I'm putting in the 4 buckets: situation, task, action, and result. See how I'll put it. So what are your strengths and weaknesses? I have to take some example. Then only I can put it. In my previous academic projects, I consistently demonstrated strong analytical skills and attention in detail. That is the situation. Task is, as a student, I was often tasked with conducting research, analyzing data to solve complex problems. Action: to enhance my analytical skills. Actively sought opportunities to participate in group projects, research initiatives. I also enrolled online courses to deepen my understanding of data analysis techniques. So what action I've taken? Because the task is that I have to be master in the analyzing the data. That is the challenge I'm facing is. So for that action, what I have taken? I've gone course joining, done a research, and I've joined online course on data analysis techniques. So what is the result? After doing the actions, as a result, my efforts, I become a proficient data analysis tools and methodologies, which I successfully applied my academic projects. I received positive feedback from my professors and peers for my thorough analysis and contribution to group projects. Clear? Then weakness we'll see. So one star we made it on the strengths, the other star we are making now on weakness. Same thing we are putting it. Sorry. During my coursework, I realized that I sometimes struggle with time management when faced with multiple deadlines. Your situation is with time management, you need to understand. I recognize that I need to improve my time management skills to ensure I can complete tasks completely and meet deadlines consistently. So here, what is the time management I could take actions? Please imagine yourself. So action to, if you see, address my time management weakness, I implement daily schedule and prioritization system to allocate time effectively for various tasks. I also practice breaking down larger projects into smaller manageable tasks to avoid feeling overwhelmed. So what he has done, the major challenge is got the time management. That what he has done it, he has scheduled into prioritization system, priority wise what he has to do, and also he break down the tasks into smaller big pieces so that easily he can manage it. So what is the result? The consistent practice and self-discipline, I significantly improved my ability to manage my time effectively. I successfully met project deadlines and maintained a balanced workload, leading to a more organized, efficient approach to my academic responsibilities. If you see this, how I've narrated the story of strengths and weakness when I'm putting a star method, any opposite employer will be very much impressed. I'm talking in a very crisp way situation, very briefly about the task, elaborating my action and elaborating the result. If you see the wordings also, if you see. So this is what employer will be focusing the action and result. Always remember that. Then comes next example. Goal setting for fresh accounts in Tally as a job seeker. This applies for all of you. So that's the reason I've taken. You can try out this in a star now. I'll pause for a minute here. You just think it because I've shown 3 examples. Now you should be confident to answer yourself what could be the situation and how you will be doing it. So let's see, because due to the time constraint, I have to be doing things. As a recent graduate with a degree in accounting and certification in Tally, understood the importance of setting a clear and achievable goal to guide my job search, career development in the accounting field. My task was to define a specific goal that would help me concentrate my efforts and enhance my chances to securing an entry-level accounting position that utilizes my Tally skills. The challenge is he wants to get accounting position using Tally skills is the challenge. What is the candidate will be facing right now? You all are also facing this the same challenge. I would say that. Now, what action items we can do for this? To set my goal, I first research the job market to identify the demand of Tally skills. I recommend all of you to do this first. And entry level account positions. Today, everything is available on your fingertips. Often don't blindly accept the roles what you get on your things. You have to do research and assess my strengths, skills, and areas of improvement. Do a SWOT analysis of yourself where you fit into the role or not, which helped me determine the types of roles I was most interested in. I then set a specific goal to secure entry-level accounting position within 3 months. I tailored my resume and cover letter to highlight my Tally certification and relevant coursework. Additionally, I attended job fairs, networked with my industry professionals, and applied job openings on job portals that specifically mentioned Tally as a required skills. See, first it was a very vague, he wants entry-level accounting job. When it comes to an action, he has broke to very clear in a very systematic SWOT analysis. He has done it and he has started researching it. He is talking to the people who are in that area to know the more skills what he can get it. All this. So what is the output? By setting the clear goal, focusing my efforts, I was able to streamline my job search, stay motivated. Within 3 months, I secured entry level accounting position at a reputable firm that values Tally expertise. This role allowed me to apply skills and start my career strong footing. So there is a clear cut when you have a clarity about your actions, what you have to, automatically the results will come. When you don't have a clarity on anything, nothing will be moving further also. That is what you need to remember what exactly you want to do this. Now let's see, I've given two questions to you at the beginning. How you solved it, let me see. Describe a situation where you had to handle complex accounting tasks using Tally software. How did you approach the task and now what features Tally would you utilize to complete? This is let me solve this for you all for convenience. Though I believe that you have solved it, but I'll put it in a much better way. Under the STAR method, during my internship at XYZ accounting firm, I assigned to handle a complex accounting task involving reconciliation of multiple accounts using Tally software. This is the challenge. The task required reconciling discrepancies in the general ledger accounts for several clients, which involved a larger volume of transactions spanning multiple periods. It was crucial to ensure accuracy and efficiency in the reconciliation process to meet the client deadlines. So if you look at in the challenge, what he is facing is reconciliation of the accounting process. Now let's see what actions he has taken here. To tackle this task, I carefully reviewed accounts and pinpointed the discrepancies by cross-referencing ledger balance with the supporting document like bank statements, invoices. Tally's advanced search and filter tools help me isolate transactions for analysis. Leveraging Tally's reporting features, I generated detailed financial reports, including trial balance and reconciliation statements, systematically identify my discrepancies. So taking this Tally software, he has taken the actions. Let's see the output, what he has got here. By effectively utilizing Tally's features, I efficiently reconcile accounts for all clients within the deadline. The accuracy of these reconciliations guaranteed a reliable and error-free financial statements of free clients. This approach not only saved time, but also bolstered firm's reputation for delivering top-notch accounting services. See, when the question being asked, this is the question it is being asked. Sorry. Describe situation where you had handled complex accounting tasks using Tally software. How did you approach tasks? When you are narrating, articulating in a structured way this, do you think the employer will not be impressed? See, systematic way, 4 buckets where you are answering to the employer. He will be much impressed because the action and result by that. Okay, he has fully extendedly, he is thorough with the Tally software. With the Tally software, he could solve the problem. He understands that. Let's see the second one. Describe situation where you had to work under pressure to meet tight deadline. How did you prioritize tasks, ensure timely completion? So this is a common, it's not only in your job, in your examinations, everywhere you will have the pressure of the time deadlines. Say for example, in 1 month, you have announced the final semester exams, you have very less time to complete the syllabus. How did you prioritize these things is very important. It's like in cricket, we see that, right? There will be 12 runs in 6 balls. So you all are fans of cricket, but that is how the situation will be there. Let's see how we can solve this task by giving the star model. A situation, task, action, and result. Situation during my final semester at university, I was a part of team working on a crucial project with a tight deadline where we are tasked with conducting market research, analyzing data, representing our findings to a panel of industry experts within the 2-week time frame. The challenge, if you see the task with gathering market data, analyzing trends, drafting a comprehensive client report, our team faced looming deadline, prioritizing task completion without compromising quality. This experience underscored the importance of refining my time management skills to consistently meet deadlines. If you look at the action to handle the project pressure, we convey team meeting to define objectives and allocate tasks based on strengths. We set achievable milestones and deadlines for each project phase. Employing tools like Trello, and we crafted a precise timeline and task list to progress tracking the organization. Outcome is, despite of tight deadlines and pressure, we delivered the project on time and presented it to industry experts with high quality, prioritizing tasks, often communication using project management tools, ensuring timely completion while uploading work integrity. Our success not only impressed the client but also bolstered team cohesion and confidence in handling future tight deadline projects. So how we can overcome answering these questions under STAR model, you need to understand.
So there are,
yes.
sorry for interruption. There are few requests from the students that if you can just explain one example in Hindi, so they'll be understanding it.
We have a time, I will explain it. If time is permits you, I'm ready to explain it. I'm very much.
No, not the entire one, maybe. Just one example. I mean, the gist of the STAR model in Hindi, once for a few, there have been many learners who have been asking if you can explain the gist of STAR model with maybe 1-2 sentences in Hindi also, so they would also understand it.
I will take the question, what are your strengths and weakness? This is for the exclusively for the Hindi speaking people. I would like to try to justify in Hindi. अक्सर ये एक इंटरव्यू में ये एक सवाल पूछते गए एम्प्लॉयर में, आपकी कमजोरी क्या है, आपकी ताकत क्या है इंटरव्यू में. दे आस्क व्हाट आर योर स्ट्रेंथ्स एंड वीकनेस. ये दौरान ये आंसर, ये उत्तर अपोजिट एम्प्लॉयर को कैसे उत्तर देना है, ये फॉर्मेट में देना है आपको. स्टार मॉडल. स्टार मॉडल इज नथिंग बट सिचुएशन, टास्क एंड एक्शन, रिजल्ट. सिचुएशन की देखेंगे कि अभी आई एम जस्ट टेकिंग द स्ट्रेंथ ओनली. अगर स्ट्रेंथ बोले तो ताकत के बारे में मैं एम्प्लॉयर को बता रहा हूँ. इन माई प्रीवियस एकेडमिक प्रोजेक्ट, हर डिग्री में और पढ़ाई में एक प्रोजेक्ट होता है. सेमेस्टर में एक प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट करके देना पड़ता है. इट वॉज ए द प्रोजेक्ट इज ऑन एनालिटिकल स्किल्स. In my previous project, consistently demonstrate strong analytical skills as an attention in detail. इसमें challenge है कि इनकी data is a complex to solve the problems. As a result, task was conducting research, analyzing data to solve complex problems. अभी इसी दौरान कोई एम्प्लॉयर आपका ये दो नहीं देखते, चैलेंज तो मालूम है, चैलेंज से आप कैसे बाहर आया, व्हाट एक्शन यू आर टेकन, आप कौन सा एक्शन लेके रिजल्ट आउटपुट क्या दिया, ही इज मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन द एक्शन यू आर टेकन एंड दी व्हाट इज द आउटपुट ही विल बी, वो देखता चाहता है एम्प्लॉयर को. टू एनहांस द एनालिटिकल स्किल्स, मेरे एनालिटिकल स्किल्स को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए व्हाट आई डिड इट, माय ग्रुप प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड रिसर्च इनिशिएटिव्स. तो ऑनलाइन कोर्स में ज्वाइन हो गया, भर्ती हो गया इसके एनालिटिकल स्किल्स में. देन आई स्टार्ट लर्निंग अंडरस्टैंडिंग दी मोर टेक्निक्स एंड एनालिटिकल स्किल्स. उसी दौरान रिजल्ट में देखे तो वो स्किल सेट व्हाट आई अंडरस्टूड इन दी बाय ऑनलाइन कोर्सेस एंड दस, ये एनालिटिकल स्किल्स की, डेटा एनालिसिस की, उसी यूजिंग सर्टेन टूल्स I applied in academic projects and I given to the professors feedback, which I have received very good feedback from them, and also they completed the project on time also. So यही कोई सवाल पूछे तो आपको ये फार्मूला में फिट कर लेना है. What I am trying to tell all these exercises, whenever the employer asks any question, आप आंख बंद करे तो ये स्टार दिखना है, आपको सिर्फ ये स्टार ही दिखना है, आपको ये पिक्चर दिखना है बस. आंख बंद के एक बार ये पिक्चर को आप लोग दिमाग में छपा लो. जस्ट मेमोराइज दिस पिक्चर इन योर माइंड and keep it in your mind that way. Any question comes, now put it in the star and see. You will get this solution. और ये स्टार में आपको हमेशा आपके बारे में बोलना है, दूसरों के बारे में. हाई मैं कर रहा हूँ, हमें करे नहीं बोलने, मैं कर रहा हूँ, ये पूरा मैं ही कर रहा हूँ, ये प्रोजेक्ट पूरा मैं ही कर रहा हूँ, ये घर मैं ही बनाया, ऐसे ही बोलने आपको. बिकॉज अपोजिट एम्प्लॉयर को क्या पता कर चाहता है, आपकी ताकत, आपकी एबिलिटी के बारे में जानना चाहता है. Jyoti, is enough or anything I need to cover?
So enough, and thank you so much, because there were multiple requests, so I took 5 minutes of yours in this. Thank you so much.
I'm very running fast because the time constraints, that's the reason. And I want to give one compliment to all of you before I end my session. This is the 3 positive mantras to help power through your pressure of interview process. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, आपका ध्यान में रखना पड़ेगा, आपका माइंड में. सी डोंट बी अफ्रेड ऑफ एनीथिंग, पहले ये दिमाग से हटा दीजिए. यू आर ए वीक पर्सन, यू आर नॉट कैपेबल, ये दिस टाइप ऑफ सेंटेंसेस शुड नॉट कम इन योर माइंड. आप काबिल हैं, यू आर मोर पोटेंशियल, आप कर सकेंगे, आप कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कर सकते हैं बोल के ये दिमाग में आना चाहिए आप लोगों को. Always remember this, everything is possible in life. So how it happens is, it all depends how you take it, how you receive it. Abhi aap, what I would suggest is, when you start approaching an interview, when you are facing an interview, today is an interview, you are going to the company. So what is there in your mind first? What it will happen, you feel inferior yourself. I may not do, I can't do it, I don't know, I'm not capable, and my marks are not good, I'm not confident in accounts. So many negatives only will pull you back. You never think of anything positive. Because your mindset, your negative energy pulls you backward. Always. And with the same negative energy, you are approaching the venue of the company. There you say very big ambience of the company, and there hundreds candidates are waiting like you. Then again 50% your moral will do, your confidence will pull you back. You will say that what happened now, what I thought is correct, here I can't do it. So your mind is already fixed that you will not excel in interview. So what happens with that? Though you know the answer, employer when he's asking, you will not perform, you will not say the answers because you become nervous, because you can't speak, because seeing that crowd, fear and all that, gone. Understand? So if that is the case, I'll give you the 3 positive mantras to you all. Remember always, when you start, this is proven, this is very well experimented. It's a proven result, 100%. I've challenged anybody can take up this. First, when you go applying a job, first you set your mind that I'm the right person for the job and I will get this job. First, you have to think. आपने दिमाग में ऐसा सोचिए कि ये काबिल हूं, मैं काबिल हूं ये नौकरी के लिए, किसी तरीका से ये जॉब को हासिल करूंगा. You say this, chant this right now with me. You say this 3 times. See how your mind works. You will become very, very powerful. Right now, you say 3 times loudly. Louderly, you say that. I'm the right person for the job and I will get this job. And see how your energy improves it. And wherever, when you are entering to that war room, you chant this and go. See how you will perform. When you don't know the answer also, you put it in a star method and you will give the perfect answer to that. So always remember this. This is the excellent thing we need to understand. Some jobs, what happens is it will be delayed, but don't give up. I will get the job. This may take long, but it will happen. I will not give up. See, some jobs require skill processing, like, for example, you want to become a GST expert, but to just become a GST practitioner, it takes a lot of time, not only your theoretical knowledge, your experience and everything. It will take time, but it will happen. So you have to be very careful in that. You should have that confidence. आपको हिम्मत रहना चाहिए, हिम्मत हारना नहीं चाहिए. किसी हाल पे ये नौकरी हासिल करूंगा, देर तो होंगी, बट आई विल नॉट गिव अप, छोड़ूंगा नहीं बोल के आपको दिमाग में रजिस्टर कर लीजिए. अब देखिए किसी हाल पे, इट्स ऑल योर माइंड. You please understand all this. This is not related to only job. For any challenges, for any aspect, this plays a vital role. And this is one more third one. I am brave enough to take chances and achieve great success. I will accept the challenges and I'll achieve it a greater success. You need to understand this first. All these three, it is not by me, I said. There is a Jain Buddhism, they believe very strongly in this. In Jain Buddhism, it is not Buddha only. Jain means in China, they practice in a larger way. It is not nothing but Jain means chant, it's a jnana. So they believe very strongly in this. The mindset, what they think it will happen. So practice this. Every day, it's always remember practice is very important. Unless you thought practice, if you are facing going there, nothing will happen. Take it seriously, any interview process, and make yourself achieving the greater milestone when you come to the interviews. Be positive, always be positive. Don't carry with the negatives. Don't be entertaining negative energies in your mind. Always, I would suggest when you are having an interview opportunities, invite a lot of positive energy in your body and see how you will be performing it. 101% in the first round of interview will be selected. That is the challenge I will throw to anyone else with your positive energies. So that comes conclusion of my session of the interview excellence. So congratulations. We all are now equipped with the tools excel in an interview. Remember, practice and prepare maximum your chances for success. Again, I repeat, practice is important. Don't matter, nobody is there. Standard 5 questions, you prepare yourself and stand in front of mirror. You answer yourself. And in your CV, pick up at least 3 star method case scenarios. Star method case scenarios. Be thorough in that because interview will ask in that only. So you prepare and do it. See how you are going to successful in that. And don't be afraid, don't be panic. Be ready for the in war room. See, everybody talks about basic things. You should be this. I'm not that. And my focus today was only in the war room, in the interview session. I've given the formula. See, anybody will say 2 plus 3 is a 5. How did I adapt? I'm giving A plus B is equal to C. Now, any number you put it, you will get it. So here I teach you the formula. That is a star method. Apply anywhere. You will be competent to answer any type of interview question. That's how I feel today. Who are attended today, 100% they'll be qualifying, very much confident to face any tough interviews also. I assume that, and it is be proven also. I have did it. That's the reason. With so much of confidence, I'm giving you all this information. So I will take up next to Jyoti. Take over from here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. So as the screen is displaying, we will be coming up with a new session of this also. Meanwhile, well, I was seeing that everybody was so exhausted, so interested in the session that everybody was just looking at the screen and not doing anything. We had a lot of responses from the questions, and even we have a lot of feedbacks. Among with this, like some people also wanted some explanation in Hindi as well, those who were finding it a little difficult to understand the English. So now I would just open the stage, though we are out of time, but still, if you have any questions, any feedbacks, you can just put that on the chat box. If there are some questions that we'll not be able to take right now, we are sure that we'll be able to give the answers on your mailbox. So right now there is just a small poll question in front of your screens. Meanwhile, you try to accumulate with your questions. You get ready with questions and put there in the chat box, which is there in front of you. And I would just like to take some feedbacks, because there are not much questions, but the feedbacks that people have liked this session very much, and everybody seems happy. If you're happy about this session, if you see the session was beneficial for you and you gain something, you can put your good feedbacks in your chat box, even in the comment box section of the YouTube, because that also will be recorded. So we will come back again with a new session. I hope that again will be very beneficial for you all, because of I'm not seeing much questions here, as lot of our feedbacks saying thank you to Murthy sir for such a wonderful session, delivering to all our learners, and especially for the STAR model, which will help them to make their own answers during their interviews, and which will definitely give them a win situation during their interviews and in their career. And again, sir, there are only feedbacks, no questions. I hope there are not questions, means everybody understood the session very well. And people are responding with okay, yes, and true. It means whatever I'm saying is not just saying, it is all true. So yes, the session was really very nice, and we all learned a lot from this session. So stay tuned with us with the upcoming, I would say, part 2 of the same session. Very soon we will be sharing this with you all. The upcoming session will again be a continuation series of the same session. It is like part 2 of today's session. So the continuation, we will be continuing in our upcoming one, the 3 C's of the interview and the importance. So meanwhile, you can just learn something about this, and let's see everyone in our upcoming session. Stay tuned with us. Thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you so much, Murthy sir, for delivering such a wonderful session. And if you have any queries, any questions, please take screenshots of this email ID. You can put it, you can save this screenshot and put your questions and queries on this email ID, placementsupport@telesolutions.com. These questions will be directly delivered to us, and we will be responding to your questions and queries also. And of course, along with queries and feedbacks are also most accepted. So here we are signing off. Thank you so much, Divya Ganeshan, for being with us. Thank you so much, Murthy sir, for delivering a wonderful session for our audience today. And thank you everyone for joining in us. Have a great day ahead. I'm signing off from here.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yes.